3 days from the season opener. And Zach, I never want to be one of those guys who, I don't want to create unnecessary tension or conflict just for the, I know that's content world where you sometimes create unnecessary, but
who would do that?
I think it would be intellectually dishonest to blow off something that Hugh Freeze said in his presser and again on Tiger Talk as no big deal. And that's Alex McPherson.
Yeah.
And, we talked about him being at 100% in the spring and the summer, and he's not now at 100%, according to the head coach. And, Frank Sinatra had the song, "Ain't That a Kick in the Head?" I think that's no small thing when I've said all off season that minimum 2 games, maximum 4 last year would have been different with a healthy Alex McPherson. I think it's a big deal, and it's going to require a couple of other guys to step up.
Yeah, and fill me in if he changed his stance on this or added more context at Tiger Talk. I wasn't able to tune in last night, but at his presser yesterday, it sounded like he was going to have a conversation with Alex on Friday on if he was going to go or not, and leaving it up to Alex, which there's 2 parts of this conversation. The football conversation is crucial, but we would both agree that the Alex, the human, getting healthy is the most important thing because he's been battling this for a long time, and we all hate it for him.
Yeah.
But that leads me to think that if Hugh is putting it in his hands and the team doctors are okay with that there doesn't seem to be like some major inherent risk here. Is that fair? Did he add more context to that last night?
Yeah, he added more context to that on Tiger Talk, and Nathan King often gives X updates on the show, and he had the quote last night that his weight is down, his strength is down, he's having trouble keeping food down.
Dang.
Those are all So first of all, and you mentioned it, the most important thing is the health of a guy who has like his whole life ahead of him. So from the medical standpoint, that sucks. It's a big kick in the gut it's awful. And you want him to be healthy and you want him to beat this, and hopefully he does. He's continuing to fight it, and maybe we see him Friday. Maybe we see him at some point in the season. It's just hard to feel as confident in seeing that as you did a month ago or 3 months ago.
Do you, I mean, just to refer to what Freeze said in his Monday presser, did he adjust the stance on this at Tiger Talk, where he said he was going to talk to Alex and it was going to be Alex's call? Like, do you think that's still accurate?
Yes, it's still early in the week. I mean, we'll see. 3 days sometimes can be a long time or a short time, just depending on the situation. So, he didn't pull back on that. He didn't change that part of his answer. But that additional context is what took me from okay to okay.
Yeah, it stinks on both sides, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed to make it pretty clear Towns Magoo would be the guy, and then Connor Gibbs would be the backup.
Yeah.
And look, which I guess is good that they've got a clear-cut pecking order there.
It shows a tremendous amount of planning to go get Connor Gibbs in the offseason. Yeah. So you've got 2 guys that are healthy in the event that something took a wrong turn with Alex.
Yeah. Also, I love the confidence in Towns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the more physically gifted kickers coming out in his class. There's a lot of drama because Ole Miss wanted him, and then Auburn, I think Ole Miss thought that they had him. Lane Kiffin was like kind of trolling Auburn that morning, and then Auburn kind of in the final hour, up the ante is certainly what it appears. And he didn't have a good freshman year. He didn't. And I've credited him before in like, hey, in this age where it's so easy to leave and start over, he chose not to. He wants to stay here. And so now the other angle of this now is this coaching staff is like, look, your freshman year, like you played too early, and that's on us. And thank you for being available, but we believe in you. We believe in your development. and we believe you're going to be a better kicker this year than you were a year ago. Like, I think all of this is good. Now, obviously, we'd much rather Alex be healthy and Alex go and, play on his own terms and all of that. But that may not be a reality right now.
Right. Yeah. A healthy Alex McPherson is 20 for 21 in his college career. A healthy Alex McPherson, 20 for 21. He missed one last year against Kentucky, but they were trying to usher him back in. So,
yeah,
a healthy Alex McPherson is 20 for 21. And also, other guys are allowed to get better. Butch Thompson talks about it all the time with pitchers who come into the college game, and maybe their true freshman year, they don't have the impact that you thought they might because they were highly regarded. He's like, look, guys are allowed to get better. Guys are allowed to mature.
Yeah.
And so whether it is Towns, who we've seen and he's had game experience, that can only help, or Connor Gibbs, a guy who, he knocked down a 59-yarder last year at Southern Miss. I think he was 60 yards per kickoff, 15 touchbacks and 61 kickoffs, was 10 of 13 in field goals last year, and can kick them from long distance. So however they do that, so what it doesn't do is send you into crisis and go, well, they're sunk now. What it does do is it just means you don't have the proven commodity in Alex McPherson. Potentially don't have the proven commodity in Alex McPherson that you thought you were going to see this year. It means one of the other guys has to step up.
Yeah. And you've got two guys on your roster that are certainly capable of stepping up, which is all you can do from a roster management standpoint. And now they've got to execute. If their number is called, which it seems more likely that their number will be called today than it was a week ago.
Yep.
They've got to be ready. And so prep Towns as if he's kicking, prep Connor Gibbs as if he's kicking, and we'll see what happens Friday.
That's right. And in the meantime, Alex continues to fight. He continues to do everything that he needs to do, and the doctors do everything they need to do. And that's it's not a closed door by any means. It's just the fight's continuing in a different place than we thought it was.
Yeah,
so
that stinks.
Yeah,
that stinks.
There is a crisis, though, among Auburn fans today that has to do with how to watch the game.
Oh, I've seen some of this.
Yeah.
You're going to give me more info.
I'm going to give you more info after you give the folks more info on Rowback.
Yeah, Rowback.com. Use promo code BARN20 to get 20% off your order. If you want licensed Auburn gear, it's not too late. Order today. You should get it by the start of the game Friday, whether it's performance hoodies like that handsome gentleman is wearing on screen there, or collared shirts, or quarter zips. They've got it all over at Rowback.com. And of course, if you want just stuff you can wear kind of to more places, maybe not Auburn branded stuff, they've got like literally an infinite number of patterns, it seems like, and they're constantly dropping more stuff. That's all at Rowback.com. Use promo code BARN20 for 20% off.
A lot of people don't know this. The guy on the graphic without the Rowback on looks just like Steve Buscemi, but he puts Rowback on and he's a handsome son of a gun. So
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Everybody else watching does, though, so don't worry about it. All right, okay. YouTube TV is having its, like every year, Zach, it feels like some TV provider has a beef with some network that's carrying some football games, and it becomes a major issue. And this year, it's YouTube TV, and it just, wouldn't you know it, happens to be with Fox. So if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, and they don't come to an agreement with Fox by Wednesday afternoon, you ain't going to get Auburn Baylor. So, and here's what I love. I love.
Are other ones fine? So, I'm a YouTube TV subscriber. Like, is Hulu okay?
Yep. Hulu's fine. Now, look, here's what they said. Since I am too, I'll admit it. I'm a YouTube TV customer. They raised their price about $10 a month several months ago. They said, if we can't get it figured out in time, we're going to give you a $10 credit. Cool. So I'm going to pay the same thing I paid 6 months ago.
Oh, no, if you don't get it fixed, I'm not paying you anything.
Yeah, and that was my point.
I'm paying Hulu, if that's the case.
Let me make you a strong counteroffer in that at 5:01 p.m. Wednesday, I'll call Fubo, I'll call Hulu, I'll call somebody. What a great time this would be for some other TV provider to sponsor the Barn, to sponsor Village Vice, and some of these to speak to Auburn fans over just a 48-hour blitz of advertising would be a really smart move right now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I have zero brand loyalty. Zero. Give me the content that I pay for. I've already watched it go up twice since I signed up. You think I'm going to stick around for this nonsense?
No shot.
No
shot.
No.
And like some apps and user interfaces are way better than others.
Yeah.
Like I hate navigating Hulu. I hate it.
Sure.
Unless they come on to sponsor us, then I will just get a burst of wisdom.
Yeah.
And be like, that was on me. So sorry. But YouTube TV has the best app, unless someone else sponsors us in the next 48 hours. But if it doesn't have what I want, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's it at the end of the day. And I'm not a $10 credit, buddy. That ain't going to do it. 3 months free 3 months free baseline might do it.
But I'm still signing up for Hulu to watch the game.
100%. Yes. Yeah. Even if it's the free trial or whatever. So like Fox even has a standalone service that offers you a free trial. So there are lots of options for how to watch the game if you have YouTube TV, if they don't get this figured out. It's just comical to me. And look, and I understand the way business works and commerce works. The price is always passed along to the consumer. And it doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you're on. Like the right side says tariffs are going to work. Fine, but customers are going to pay more. Left side says increase minimum wage. Fine, but customers are going to pay more. The customer's always going to pay more for the service. All right? It's always going to happen. The price is going to go up. Give me the content. Give me the content. So that's what you're looking at right now. It's comical to me that this came up. By the way, these negotiations don't happen quickly. They've been doing this for 9 months or more. That's the way it works in these industries. Why did people just hear about it this week? Because the game's Friday. We gotta spark outrage. We gotta spark action. It ain't gonna go the way you think.
I would have known, man. It would have been a bummer to turn it on Friday and like, oh, we don't have Fox anymore.
Yeah. It would have been a panic. So now they try to get people to panic react and force Fox into yielding. It's not going to happen that way. Folks will leave YouTube TV.
Right.
It'll be a mass exodus. Like it's just such people in these. I'm not going to rant about this much longer. People in these positions aren't stupid. They're not ignorant people. I don't understand how you can miscalculate a business maneuver this badly, but they have.
Yeah. And obviously it's not just Auburn, Baylor. It's an entire, channel.
It's the NFL package that starts in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't really seem like YouTube would have the leverage there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
3 days away. I asked you yesterday, was there a world where Malcolm Simmons had a bigger impact than Kay and Lee? Is there a world where the two number threes, where Chris Murray has a bigger impact than Perry Thompson?
Sure.
Okay. Make that case for us.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Perry's in a situation that we thought maybe going into fall camp where he is buried, they've got him on, the depth chart that dropped earlier this week. It's listed as or, but he appears to be behind Horatio Fields. And we'll see how they use Eric Singleton. Is Eric Singleton just at that slot, or is he also going to be the other outside wide receiver at times opposite Cam Coleman? And if that's the case, you're either the second guy there or the third guy there, depending on how you want to look at it. And I just don't know how many receivers play that much. We'll see.
Okay.
They're deep, but do you use that entire rotation? Not sure.
Yeah.
Chris Murray, I think his path to playing time is pretty clear. Is like if you either want to put more rushers on the field in certain packages, or if Kieran needs a blow, which is normal, you rotate those positions fairly regularly, especially on early downs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he absolutely could could do that. So yeah, I think there's a path, and I think you can make the argument for Perry to be more impactful than Chris Murray as well, if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a compelling question. Which one has more snaps against Baylor?
Chris Murray.
Interesting. Okay.
You disagree?
I don't know. Because you're right. For Perry, it's about, but like all the improvement and the speed and the burst and the breakthrough that we've heard, Hugh Freeze has talked about how he thinks Perry's ready for a breakout type season, but there's only so many receivers that are going to be on the field. So,
well, I mean, if you think about the backup Buck last year, that was Kieran Crawford.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like Kieran Crawford last year had a larger impact than most of the receivers on the team.
Yeah.
That's my thought. That's another thought process there.
That's fair.
The backup Buck gets play.
Yeah. Is he the first?
And it only takes one or two sacks on a big third down throughout the season to be like, oh, we needed him.
No, you're right.
I mean, it totally changes everything.
No, you're right. Is he the first Buck that's coming off the sideline? Or is that Amaris Williams?
I think Amaris is going to play more strong side end.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah, if he's the first guy coming off the sideline, then maybe I do lean Murray, but I think it's a really compelling question because I also believe that Perry had a different learning curve. He came out of high school with, they didn't run this kind of offense at Foley, and he wasn't in here for spring. So like, this is his time to emerge. I don't know. I think it's one of the most interesting comparisons to have is which number 3 is in there more against Baylor. And then throughout the year, what does it look like? But specifically against Baylor. The more I hear about Kieran Crawford and the more you see him and the more scouts watch him and the more impressed they are, the more excited I get about 24 and his impact on this team.
He's so long.
Yeah.
He's so long. I mean, he's got the frame that you want. And he really came on strong towards the end, and people forget. And we talked about it a ton when we got him, but like, he hasn't been playing football that long.
Right.
And so I think every offseason is an opportunity for him to maybe progress more than other guys that are his, classification, just because he's been playing football less. These, drills and these, footwork patterns and all of that. Like, it's all new to him than it is other places, other guys. So he could take a tremendous step forward, 100%.
The defense is starting to, and you kind of get in trouble anytime you make these comparisons, but you remember the late 2010s defenses, like 2017, 18, 19, when you had Jeff Holland and you had Nick Coe and you had Marlon Davidson and you had Big Derek Brown in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
Those multiple options coming off the edge to pressure the quarterback from different directions, and then you make him step up, but now the pocket's been pushed back because of the pressure in the middle. You got so many more options now. And by the way, that didn't even mention Jared Smith. We hadn't even talked about the true freshman yet coming off the edge, whether it's a strong side or at the Buck position. We haven't talked about how much havoc he could wreak in the right situation. I'm starting to get real amped up about the amount of pressure Auburn could put on opposing quarterbacks.
It could be a lot. Which gives me a little bit of comfort with, Freeze's comments about the O-line still kind of, coming on in pass protection. And it's like, is it them, or is this going to be a problem for most people who try to block Auburn's guys? I'm not sure. But I mean, Malik Blockton, I think, is going to be a better, it's so hard to generate pass rush from the interior. I don't think people fully understand that. And so when you have somebody, they get drafted really high and they make a ton of money because it's so impactful, but it's so hard to do because the whole point of it is you want a pocket to step up into. But if he gets pushed back, there's nowhere to step up into. You may not get the sack, but other guys around you will.
Yeah.
Or the pressure will be generated and you'll impact the quarterback. Like, I think Malik Blockton is going to be able to do that. And from an interior standpoint, that's the guy you have to double. You have to. And then if that's the case, and it's whether it's Chris Kelly or Keldrick Falk or Amaris or Kieran, like, it doesn't matter. That's the guy you have to double.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a problem if that's what happens.
And last year we saw Eugene Asante come on a blitz like not one time. Like we saw it multiple times. We know DJ Durkin likes, every now and then he'll send a linebacker here or there. You've got the guys at the secondary. You bring a nickel blitz and really mess some people up too with some guys who like to hit. So, yeah, when your middle's occupied, it opens a lot up on the outside. That's exciting to think about. When you have a quarterback in Sawyer Robertson who can run, but that's not the strength of his game. He can be athletic. He can run a little, but they're not
That's just not the
running an
Baylor
RPO
offense.
Yeah,
That's not the Baylor offense.
no.
So, I think we're going to see early.
Yeah.
I think we'll know pretty early, like if the mismatch in the trenches is as drastic as I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think we'll know in the first quarter.
We'll get into full predictions on the next show. We have one more show this week before Auburn and Baylor.
One more off-season show.
Wow. One more off-season show where we'll do our Village Vice six-pack and kind of get into the full predictions. But
what a ride!
One teaser line right now. Over under 10.5 total points in the first quarter. What do you think? I'm going to go under on that.
I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than most people do. So I'll go under as well.
Okay. All right. 7-3. I guess you still hit the under at 7-3. Maybe I should have put it 9.5.
And I think the lower scoring it is, the more it benefits Auburn.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
I think if it's ugly, it benefits Auburn. You want it to be kind of chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I think you wanted to kind of be a little bit testy.
Okay.
And I think that benefits the more physical team, which should be the Tigers.
Should be over the course of 4 quarters. Yeah, I agree with that. Auburn people are apparently buying a bunch of tickets too. Like 20% or 25% of the crowd.
There's not many seats in that stadium. So
no, 10,000 is like.
Yeah, it's like 45,000, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get 10, 11,000 tickets, you're bordering on a quarter of the stadium. It's good stuff.
You think there'll be 10,000 Auburn fans there?
I saw that number somewhere. I saw it online somewhere. It has to be true, right?
Yeah, McLean holds 45,140. That'd be crazy if there were 10,000 Auburn fans there. That'd be crazy.
It really would. Probably not. That's probably high. There's no way Baylor wouldn't put.
I mean, we did that to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but Vandy
we
wasn't.
Have people that live in Nashville.
Yeah, you have a lot of Auburn people in Nashville, and Vandy wasn't picked to win the SEC. Baylor's picked by some to win the Big 12.
Yeah,
that's probably high. That's probably one of those inflated internet
I don't know.
Numbers.
Auburn fans are different. Like, we're different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, we'll see. I love that we'll find out soon.
People in Texas too. I mean, that's not a crazy thing. I'm not fully familiar with like the geography of Texas enough to know like how far is Baylor from like Dallas.
Well, you're 2 hours from everywhere. You're like 2 hours from Dallas.
Like. Yeah, and so like if that's the case, like, yeah, I mean the amount of Auburn people in Houston and Dallas and all that, like, you're only a 2 hour drive. That's true. Like, yeah.
Comment on the video if you're going to the game. If you live in Texas and you're going to the game.
I've talked to a ton of people that are going. Yeah. So.
Well, maybe
like 10,000 doesn't seem crazy. Like if you said 10,000 for like a road game, like, okay, it's just because it's 25% of the capacity where I'm starting to give pause a little bit. But like Auburn fans don't care how tiny your stadium is, you know?
That's true. That'd be like sending 28,000 to Texas A&M.
Yeah, like that's not going to happen. But you could send 10,000 to 15,000 to Texas A&M, and like we're not batting an eye, you know?
That's a good point. That's a great point.
So does it matter what the capacity is for Baylor? Like, it may not.
I think you've changed my mind. I've started to lean that it doesn't. I
believe in Auburn. The bug is taking over, my guy.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, did you watch the 2010 documentary?
It's great. They did a great job
on War Eagle Plus. That's one of the free things on War Eagle Plus, by the way.
They did a great job.
It's excellent. It's really cool. Did you, when Cam Newton was going through the decision and it came down to Auburn and Mississippi State, they played that tense music and they kind of dragged out the conversation between his dad and him. And I thought that was brilliant because I did I sat on the, like, what are they going to say? What's he going to say? What's going to happen here? I know,
Yeah.
like, I know what happens. I know where he goes, and I know why. But what are they going to say?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Super well done. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Highly
So
recommend it.
check that out. All right. We're at 8,000 plus subscribers. We passed 8,000 subscribers
That's huge.
recently. Yeah. We're not even to kick off yet. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
A lot of great stuff coming. This thing is just getting started. And we're so excited to have you along for the ride. Again, one more show before the game at Baylor coming up later this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it for today's show. One more.
It does. Yep.
One
Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Remember, until next time, everybody has vices. Make sure Village Vice one of yours.